Welcome back to the table. This is turn 11 of Blood Spilled in Salem, the fan-created scenario by Colin Towle. So, where are we now? Well, the easiest way to find out is to look back and check the video I put up before. I'll just give a quick recap now, which is basically we have 2 Doom token on the Rift, we have 1 Doom token on the agenda. We are at the lighthouse and we've got our 3 clues we need to advance the act, so we need to get back to the city hall and use an action to do that. So that'll be our plan this round. Of course, this may all go to rat shit depending on what we draw during the mythos phase. So, turn 11, mythos phase. 1 Doom token will go on the agenda. That puts us up to 4, including the ones on the Rift. We'll figure out the timing on whether we can, I think we need to get rid of the ones on the Rift this time, otherwise we're going to flip over the agenda next turn for sure. So, we will draw off the normal encounter deck. Town Myth. What does that say? If you have, it's a treachery, if you have no clues, Town Myth gains surge. If you have 1 or more clues, test observation 4. For each point you fail by, place 1 of your clues on location. Oh, that is a disastrous card for us. A disastrous card. We can't afford to lose our clues on here because our observation is so bad anyway that we'll never get them back. Okay, what can we do? Well, we've got the Sophie card is in play on the advantageous side. So take 1 direct damage, you get +2 to your skill value for this skill test. So we can definitely do that, and that's what we need to do. So we'll take 1 damage. That will take us up to 4 again. So that will give us a +2. We've got 2, that gives us 4. We get 1 with Reverend John, gives us 5. That makes us only 1 above. And we've also got the Eye of Poe, which will give us an additional 1. So that gives us 6. Okay, we'll commit evidence, which will give us 8. Is there anything else we really don't want to fail? And there is a -6 in there, remember? And a -5, I believe. So far we've got 6. Is that correct? Let's just double check. So we've got 2, +2 from the damage, 4, +1 from the Eye of Poe, 5, +1 from John, 6, +2 from committing this, 8. So we've got 8 and we need 4. Ooh, mama. I think we have to risk it. We're going to risk it. My goodness, this is... no, please, come on. So, 8 against 4. Okay, we got the skull. That might be okay. The skull is minus the number of omen cards in play. We've got Murder of Crows, which is an omen card. We've got the Blood Moon, which is an omen card. And I believe that is it. So that will take us down to 6, which means we pass. Woo. Okay. That's good. I mean, it's not good because we lost all those cards and we took the damage, but at least we don't lose the clues. Fair enough. Now, I'm pretty sure this Eye of Poe, every time when we fail a skill test, take 1 horror and add 1. Okay, so we have to remember whenever we fail a skill test, we have to add a horror to ourselves and we have to put a resource on the Eye of Poe. That is the mythos phase finished, so we're on to the investigator phase. Right, the first thing we do is we either choose to put a Doom token on there or take those Doom tokens off and draw from the atrocity deck. If we put a Doom token on there, that will take us to 5. That means the next turn we will be at 6 and we'll flip over the agenda. So, let's remove the Doom tokens from here. We'll get rid of those and we will draw for the first time from the atrocity deck. Okay, let's see what we've got. Biting Shadows. Treachery. Let's try and get rid of the glare. Okay, you must either choose one. Test Agility 4. For each point you fail by, take 1 damage. Or test Willpower 4. For each point you fail by, take 1 horror. Agility or Willpower? Well, basically they're the same for us. We've got 3 agility, we've got 3 willpower, and John, Reverend John, gives us +1 to each of those. We also get a +1 because of the eye. Oh no, we don't, because this is... we've already used that for our skill test. That was our first skill test was during the mythos phase. So we can't use that again. So, basically that gives us 3, 4... I'm thinking about going for the sanity, because if I go for the damage, then we're going to have to flip our Sophie card over to the negative side, which you don't want to do. First aid, we can't use first aid at the moment because we can't get it into play. We could get it into play actually, because I think we can maybe dump. I think maybe we'll dump the judge's notebook and come back for it later if we need it. So let's either choose one. So agility or willpower. Let's go for willpower. So we've got 3. We've got 4 from Reverend John, so that or 1 from Reverend John, so that gives us 4, and we need to pass 4. The chances of that are slim. We don't have anything else that can help us apart from first aid, which I don't really want to use. I think we have to do the damage one. I know it's going to mess us up, but I think we have to do it. Okay, so agility is, we do an agility 4 test. So we've got agility 3 plus Reverend John, which gives us 4. So it's 4 against 4, and we don't. I mean, let's face it, we're going to fail, but we don't want to fail by a lot. Otherwise, I mean, this could all be over now if we draw the wrong card. -2. So we failed by 2. So that means we take 2 damage. That takes us to 6. That means our Sophie card flips over to the negative side, which means we now are -1 on all our skill tests. Biting Shadows is gone, and that brings us to okay, this was the of course this was the investigator round anyway, because that was the atrocity deck. Well, actually we better make sure we put that on the discard for the atrocity deck. Okay, so our first turn will be to, now if you're wondering what this is, that just means that on the judge's secret notebook you can only place 1 clue. When you investigate using the judge's notebook and then you find a clue you place on a location, you can only do that once per location per game. So I've just put a little cube there just to remind me that I've already done it on that location. So our first action will be, we will move to the downtown district. No, we won't. Let's have a think. We need to get to Salem City Hall, which would be 1, 2, and our third action will be to do that. That means we're going to take another damage. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. For our first action, what we're going to do, we're going to play the automatic, which is 4. Play the automatic, which is 4 resources. So we'll get that into play there, which means we have to dump, what am I talking about? We can dump the flashlight. The flashlight's, we've already used it, there's nothing there to use. So we can keep the judge's notebook at the moment. So that gets 4 ammo, the automatic. It gives us a +1 for attack, and it does a +1 damage. So that's our first action. Our second action, unfortunately the crows have got... You know what? Our second action, unfortunately I was going to play first aid, but I'm too late now. So our second action, this is difficult. Do I really want to get stuck there? Can I go another way? Yes. What am I doing? 1, 2, right, okay, forget that, sorry. My super duper markers have not really helped me in any way, have they? So we'll get our 4 resources back. So, bit of a normal, for me, retcon. Right. So our first action, move to the Charter District. Sorry about the arm. There. Second action, we will move directly to the City Hall. John will follow. And our third action, of course, will be to spend our clues, which we have here. And we will finally advance the act. So, Act 3. Oh, hang on, no, we have to read the back first. What am I doing? It's early in the morning here. I haven't really woken up yet. Right, let's get this here. Right. Filtering through historical documents and cross-referencing the judge's notebook, you've uncovered that the witches are trying to finish a massive 5-point ritual that spans the whole of Salem. Counting the completed rituals from years past and the one at the church, you narrow their next move down to 2 possible locations. Before you rush out, you run to meet with the mayor to inform you of what you've uncovered and your plans to put an end to the cultist machinations. However, when you get into City Hall, you learn that he's also been looking for you and he's found some help from an unlikely source. Right, if Highland Park and Forest River Park locations are still set aside, add them to play. They're already in play. We did that when we advanced the agenda. Reveal the Highland Park and Forest River Park locations. We've done that. Add Agatha Parker to the Salem City Hall. Okay, this we can do. Let's find Agatha Parker. Where is she? And there she is, Agatha Parker. Let's have a look. Agatha Parker is an ally. She's a white witch. Exhaust, right, it's an action we can exhaust Agatha Price. Agatha Parker, where did we get Agatha Parker? Okay, it says Agatha Parker there, it says Agatha Price there. Exhaust Agatha Price. Evade, should be Agatha Parker. Evade, automatically evade a non-elite monster at your enemy at your location. Perfect. When a non-elite monster enemy would move to your location, deal 1 horror to Agatha Price. Cancel that move. Okay, and she's got a shed load of sanity, man. We need to get her into play. All right, so we'll put her City Hall. It doesn't say anything about how to pick her up. So, Act 3A. The veil is lifted. Agatha Parker, or maybe Price is a maiden name, I don't know. A practitioner of the White Wiccan arts herself informs you that the witches have placed a spell on the 2 remaining ritual points which hide them from people's minds. Although she cannot undo the spell, she does place a charm upon you to ward off some of its effects. Now that you know the remaining location of the rituals, you'll need to find a way to put an end to their schemes before it's too late. And we need to put 4 clues on there to advance. Okay. Now I will say, this is an issue I have with the scenario. I like it, and it seems it's quite complex, but there seems to be, unless I'm missing something, there seems to be something missing, for want of a better term. Because, we've got this, okay, no, I tell a lie, I'm being unfair there, because the Agatha Parker, all right, we can forget the typo, that's just one of those things. It does give us a resource cost to play it. Now, maybe I've been playing the John Flint one wrong, because this just says it moves with us. It doesn't say anything about playing it. It's got a resource cost there, but it doesn't say anything about actually playing it. It just says when you move away from this location, you may move John Flint to the same location. So I guess that's just an added bonus. You can either have him in your hand and use him for the additional sanity damage, or you can just have him trail around behind you. So I think maybe I would have done it a different way around if I paid more attention, but I didn't. So Agatha Parker is there, and that is unfortunately the end of our turn. That's the end of that's the end of the investigator phase. So that's the end of that. We move on to the enemy phase. There are no enemies apart from, as usual, the murder of crows. And so we go to the reset phase. Is that correct? When you fail a skill test, right? I think I've done that correctly. It's getting very complicated for me now, and it's early in the morning. So we'll reset. We'll draw another card, which is manual dexterity. We'll put that with the rest of our cards. We'll draw another resource, and that brings us to the end of that round. Correct? Yes, I think we're all squared away there. So that's the end of round 11, I think. It is getting very complex, and I'm struggling to keep track of it, to be honest, but let's see how we get on. At least I got further than I got last time. So if you're enjoying this playthrough, God knows if you are, you must be mad, then like and subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. Yes, I've got 37 subscribers. Let's get some more. I'd like to get to 100 just to sort of feel that I'm not doing this just myself. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next turn. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.